Hi, it's me, Dr. Prasad Pudilam, on my YouTube channel, My Intuition, offering regular as well as entrance coaching class for chemistry as well as learning mathematics. This is class number 7 for basic concepts of chemistry, question and answers. Calculate the molecular mass of H2O, carbon dioxide, and methane. The molecular mass we can calculate by adding up the atomic masses in the given ratio. So two hydrogen, one is atomic mass of hydrogen multiplied by 2, we'll get plus 16, it is the atomic mass of oxygen, we'll get 18U. Calculate the molecular mass of carbon dioxide, that is carbon 12 plus 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen multiplied by 2, that is 44U. Molecular mass of methane, that is 12 is the atomic mass of carbon, hydrogen atomic mass is 1, 4 times it is there, therefore total value is 16U. Calculate the mass percentage of different elements present in sodium sulfate, that is Na2SO4. To calculate mass percentage, we should know, we can say what is the atomic mass of sodium, sulfur and oxygen. We should know the molecular mass of sodium sulfate, sodium thiosulfate. Therefore, let us calculate the molecular mass of sodium sulfate. Sodium sulfate molecular mass, and they calculate as 23 into 2, that is atomic mass of sodium 23 multiplied by 2. 32 is the atomic mass of sulfur plus 16 is the atomic mass of oxygen into 4. Therefore, value 142. Now we got molecular mass, so we can calculate mass percentage as mass on molecular mass multiplied by 100. Okay, so the mass present, sodium present is 23 into 2 divided by 142 multiplied by 100, 32.39%. Similarly, mass percentage of sulfur is 32 upon 142 multiplied by 100, that is 22.53%. Mass percentage of oxygen, that is 16 into 4, 4 times oxygen is there, 16 into 4 upon 142 multiplied by 100, 45.07%. Determine the empirical formula of an oxide of iron which has 69.9% iron and 30.1% oxygen by mass. Okay, so we'll do it in a tabular column. Okay, so elements are iron and oxygen. Atomic masses are given, we know that it is 56 and 16 for oxygen, 56 for iron, 16 for oxygen. It's given percentage, that is 69.9 percentage of iron and 30.1 percentage of oxygen. So we can calculate moles of atom. So 69.9 percentage means it is 69.9 grams of iron present. So 31.1 percentage means 30.1 gram of oxygen present, considering that the total percentage is 100, or it is 100 gram of the product or the given taken product. Okay, we can say that therefore 69.9 gram divided by atomic mass, that is 56. So weight divided by atomic mass will get the mole. Similarly for oxygen it becomes 1.88. Okay, so 69.9 upon 56, 1.25, and 30.1 upon 16, 1.88. Now mole ratio, to calculate mole ratio we have to divide the moles with the lowest numerical, lowest number obtained. So here it is 1.25, here it is 1.88. So 1.25 is the lowest one, so 1.25 upon 1.25 will get 1. 1.88 upon 1.25 will get 1.5. Okay, so the ratio we can say that it is 1 to 1.5. Okay, so a fraction is there, you can convert into whole number, so multiply it by 2, it becomes 2 and 3. Therefore the simple whole number ratio is 2 and 3. Okay, therefore we can say that 2 iron is present, 3 oxygen is present, or we can say that it is Fe2O3. So the empirical formula is Fe2O3, and it is the molecular formula also of the iron oxide. Calculate the amount of carbon dioxide that could be produced when 1 mole of carbon is burnt in air. Okay, so you know the equation to represent that reaction. Carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide. Okay, it is a balanced equation. Carbon, the number of carbon on product side and reactant side are same. Number of oxygen is also the same. Okay, so from this we can say that 1 mole of carbon reacts with 1 mole of oxygen to give 1 mole of carbon dioxide, or we can say its atomic mass 12 gram plus oxygen 16 to 32 grams, and it becomes 44 grams. Okay, so like that we can guess it. Okay, so or we can say, we can represent it in those ways. Therefore, it is very easy. Okay, so 1 mole of carbon will react with 1 mole of oxygen to produce 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Or we can say 1 mole of carbon dioxide, that is 44 gram. Okay, so the amount is asked, therefore we got 44 gram. Next question, calculate the amount of carbon dioxide that could be produced when 1 mole of carbon is burned in 16 gram of dioxygen. Okay, same equation will take. Carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, is a balanced equation. 1 mole of carbon, that means 12 grams. 1 mole of oxygen, that is 16 into 2, 32 grams, will be producing 44 gram. Or we can say that for 32 grams of oxygen will be producing 44 grams of carbon dioxide when it reacts with the carbon. So here in the given question, 16 gram, that is lesser than that of 32 gram. Therefore, oxygen is the limiting reagent which is supplied. Okay, therefore 32 gram of oxygen reacts with carbon to produce 44 grams of carbon dioxide. So we can say that 1 gram will be giving 44 upon 32 gram of carbon dioxide. Therefore 16 gram will be producing 22 gram of carbon dioxide. Same way, one more question related to that. Okay, so if 2 moles of carbon are burnt in 16 grams, okay, so we can say that 2 moles of carbon reacts with 2 moles of oxygen to get 2 moles of carbon dioxide. Okay, therefore we can say 2 moles, if you represent 2 moles means 12 into 2, that is 24 gram. 12 is the atomic mass of carbon. We reacts with 64 grams, that is 16 into 2 multiplied by 2, it becomes 64 gram, that is 2 moles of oxygen. It produces 88 gram of carbon dioxide, that is 2 moles of carbon dioxide. That is the molecular mass, it becomes 44 multiplied by 2, it is 88. So here also 16 gram is provided, but as per this balanced equation, 64 gram it can react to get 88 gram of the product. So oxygen here, it is limiting reagent, therefore we are not getting 88 gram as such from this given reaction or given example. We can say that 64 gram produces 88 gram of carbon dioxide. 64 gram of oxygen reacts with the carbon to produce 88 gram of carbon dioxide. Therefore, 1 gram will be producing 88 upon 64 gram of carbon dioxide, given 16 gram. 16 gram of oxygen reacts with the carbon to produce 22 gram of carbon dioxide. Calculate the mass of sodium acetate CH3COONA required to make 500 ml of 0.375 molar aqueous solution. Molar mass of sodium acetate is given 82.025 mole inverse. Okay, so we know molarity can be calculated with this expression: weight upon molar mass multiplied by 1000 upon volume of solution. Okay, so molarity is given, molar mass of solute is given, volume of solution is also given. Let us substitute 0.375. Weight of solute, we need to calculate the mass of sodium acetate upon molar mass, that is 82.0245 into 1000 divided by 500 ml. Okay, therefore weight of solute is 0.375 multiplied by 82.0245 multiplied by 500 divided by 1000 is 15.38 grams. Calculate the concentration of nitric acid HNO3 in moles per liter in a sample which has a density of 1.41 gram per ml. Mass percentage of nitric acid in it being 69%. Or 69% means 69 gram is present out of 100 gram of the solution. So 69 mass percentage of nitric acid means 69 gram of nitric acid is present in 100 gram of solution. That means we got the mass of solution. Density is equal to mass by volume. Therefore, volume is equal to mass by density. Okay, so mass such that it is 100 grams, since 69% in percentage is given. Therefore, we took 100 gram because this 69 also we are using for calculation. Therefore, 100 gram is the total weight of solution. Upon its density is 1.41. Therefore, mass by density, it becomes 70.92 milliliter, that is volume. Moles of nitric acid, moles is calculated as mass per molecular mass. Mass, it is given 69% means 69 gram. Molecular mass of HNO3, let us calculate it. Molecular mass is HNO3 hydrogen 1 plus nitrogen 14 plus 16 multiply by 3, it becomes 63. Therefore, mass upon molecular mass means 69 upon 63, it becomes 1.095. So we got moles of HNO3 and volume. Therefore, we can calculate the concentration in terms of molarity. Molarity is number of moles of solute per volume in liter. Okay, so here it is given milliliter, so multiply by 1000. So 1.095 upon 70.92 multiplied by 1000 becomes 15.44 molar. How much copper can be obtained from 100 gram of copper sulfate, CuSO4? Okay, molecular mass of copper sulfate we can calculate easily. No other values given. Therefore, straight away calculate molecular mass, that is 159.5 U. Then 159.5 gram of copper sulfate will be containing 63.5 gram of copper, because total molecular mass if we obtain, it will be having this much gram of copper, that is its atomic mass. Therefore, 1 gram of copper sulfate contains 63.5 upon 159.5 gram of copper, and we have 100 grams. 100 gram of copper sulfate will be containing 39.81 gram of copper. Calculate the average atomic mass of chlorine given the percentage abundance and molar mass of isotopes. Okay, chlorine 35 and chlorine 37, two isotopes of chlorine, as 75.77 percentage and 34.9689, and 24.23 percentage and 36.9659 respectively. Therefore, the values are given. Straight away we can calculate it as 75.77. It is the percentage of chlorine 35, whose mass is 34 point, molar mass is 34.9689. So the 75.77 multiplied by 34.9689 plus 24.23 into 36.965 divided by total mass, that is 100, that is 75.77 plus 24.23. So the value will be 35.45. Okay. In 3 moles of ethane, C2H5, calculate number of moles of carbon, number of moles of hydrogen, and number of molecules of ethane. So the 1 mole of ethane contains 2 moles of carbon. That is 3 moles contains 3 into 2, 6 moles of carbon. Okay, so from the molecular formula, 1 mole of C2H6 having 2 carbon, the 2 moles of carbon. Similarly, hydrogen case, 1 mole of C2H6 contains 6 moles of hydrogen. Therefore, 3 moles contains 3 into 6, 18 moles of hydrogen. Number of molecules in terms of Avogadro number, 1 mole of C2H6 contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. That is the Avogadro number. So 1 mole contains that much. Therefore, 3 moles contains 3 multiplied by our Avogadro number. It becomes 1.807 multiplied by 10 to the power 24 molecules. Thank you very much for watching my video. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel and support me. More classes are offered in my YouTube channel. Please go to the playlist and watch whatever video you are interested to watch. Thank you very much. And